All right, so when it comes to the easy bar curl, your hands are less supinated, so it's gonna be a lot easier on your elbows and your wrists. So I'm gonna show you how they're done. So the slight angle of the easy bar curl is gonna put your wrists and elbows in a more comfortable, natural, and safe position. This is gonna decrease the risk of injuries that many people develop over time from curling with a straight bar. So the biceps aren't activated as much because when you're in a semi-supinated position, which is between supinated and neutral, your brachioradialis is brought into the movement more, which will decrease the activation of the biceps.
All right, so now we're moving over to the straight bar curl. A lot of people ask the difference. They see this bar, they see the other bar, they're not sure what to do, why it's two different bars. Quite simply, one is just basically, like Kyle said, to assist you in not getting as much pain. When you're fully supinated, it's leaving you up to a lot of strain for your wrists especially, as well as a bit of your elbows. However, with proper form and technique and using appropriate weight, you can avoid that most of the time. So, I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate. You can see my arms fully supinated, I got a good grip. I have stronger wrists, so I'm okay with this, but you wanna make sure your elbows are back, your posture, and you're curling up under good control. Nice and slow down. Good. Up. Slow down. Up. Slow down. I'll just do one more. Coming right up, making sure you're getting a good squeeze, then you're lower. So within this, the benefit, like I said, is more supination, is more engagement. In conclusion, is the straight bar more worth it than the easy bar curl? Not necessarily. You need to consider injury.
It's your first time doing this exercise, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna sit back, just like this, keep your back on the pad, keep your head on the pad, okay? And now what I don't wanna see is you guys lifting forward and up, okay? This is not what I wanna see. What I wanna see from you guys is doing both arms at the same time, and you're gonna curl and bring your hand as close to your armpit as possible. So breathe out on the way up, and curl right to your armpit, and come back down. Your arms are pretty much hanging by your side, and then you're gonna curl up, just like that. It's gonna be a longer range of motion. Keep that core tight, curl it up nice and tight into the armpit. Do one more, breathe out on the way up, and that's how you do a
We want to be sure these pulleys are at the very bottom. Okay, so what we're going to do is grab the handles. Okay, a common mistake here is that actually people take too far of a step out, and they actually put a lot of stress either on that elbow or that shoulder joint to actually just resist this backward force here. So what we're going to do is, if we're even with the cable, what we're going to do is just take one step out here, okay, and then create a staggered stance. We want a staggered stance for stability. Okay, so as this load goes up and we're here, it's going to be really hard to really keep stability, and also it's really easy to then actually curl and create momentum. So if we're in that staggered stance, we're nice and stable, we're in a great position to do work. Now, this is a common question. Does it matter which foot is forward? No, it does not. So whichever foot you need to put forward to feel most stable, do that. Okay, so from there, we need to line up. So also another cue or landmark for you to track how far should I step out is we want to envision that that cable is actually lined up with our bicep, if that makes sense. So you'll see as we walk out here, that's no longer going to be lined up. It's going to create more of an angle there, right? So as we're back here, that's actually going to be more lined up and pulling and resisting that bicep in that lengthened position, as we talked about in the beginning. So again, take one step out, make sure that we're nice, we're not too far away, okay? Not too far away, create that staggered stance. Another thing, so the next thing would be this elbow, or this shoulder position, rather. Okay, the shoulder position needs to be nice and stable and pulled back, so create some tension in the upper back. This doesn't mean lock it down and impinge your shoulder, but what it does mean is that we don't want to be rounded forward, we don't want to be able to actually move this up here and then use it to actually cheat. So that being said, we need to be sure that there is nice tension in that upper back, that we're nice and stable, okay? And from there, again, we're just focusing on elbow flexion. This is a single joint movement. Okay, so as we're all stable, we're nice and stable in our upper back, we're nice and stable in our stance, and we're just going to be flexing at that elbow. Okay.
The barbell row exercise. I know a lot of people do this wrong. I see it in the gym, and we're gonna start off.
Common mistake number 2 is range of motion. See a lot of people, they're doing the exercise, they're standing too upright, and this is gonna reduce their range of motion like crazy. They just go like this, and they're really not working much. And then there's those people that are kind of going like this, and as they pull up, their back is rising, and that's completely incorrect as well. If you have incorrect range of motion for this exercise, you are not going to be doing anything really to grow your back properly, and you're going to find yourself going in circles in the gym.
So what I like to recommend with foot placement is have your feet right in the middle of the bar or so, a little bit of ducking, go underhand or overhand at about a shoulder width grip. From here you're going to get a little bit of bend, and you're going to get that back ready just like a deadlift. From here you can lift, have the knees slightly bent, push yourself down. You can see that my bicep isn't fully extended, but it's extended to the point where it's still under control. The bicep is still holding it along with the back. So from here, you row up, squeeze. Come down, let it stretch a bit, squeeze. Down, squeeze. Make sure you're touching your stomach. Try to squeeze if you want. Even better, reps. Another huge.
Hey guys, Jordan Milhausen here, NASM certified trainer with JAB Performance, partnering with Fitness Vaults. Today I'm going to bring you the bicep concentration curl. All you're going to need for this exercise is a single dumbbell. What you're going to do is bring your elbow just to the inside of your quad. Don't put your elbow on top of your thigh. Make sure it's just at the inside. This helps restrict that motion, helps you concentrate on just the biceps. So all you're going to do is, with a nice consistent pace, curl the dumbbell. Don't go too fast. Just like that. Easy enough. Do it for the desired number of reps. Switch to the other arm and get it going. Give it a